So in this video I managed to get myself into a bit of situation. I took the truck down a road that turned out to be a dead end, and there was no safe way to continue forward. At that point I had very limited options to get back out. These things do not happen all at once, they build up step by step. In this video I want to show you exactly how it happened and how I got out of it without damaging anything. It all started earlier in the day. I had a delivery to make and the sat-nav sent me to this right turn into a small residential street. There was a sign saying the road was unsuitable for HGVs. I did not really register it in time. The turn itself was already quite tight. You know how it is. You are thinking about the delivery, checking traffic, watching mirrors, and sometimes you process things half a second too late. I had been to industrial units in places like this before, so at the start it did not feel completely wrong, just not ideal. As I carried on, the road started to feel more and more like the kind of place where trucks are not usually welcome. I have delivered in similar places before, so I still hoped there was some kind of access at the end. After I passed the houses, the road changed completely. It started to look more narrower, like a country lane, rather than a street where you would expect a business park. Then I reached a small widening in the road, and there was a clear sign saying that ahead was a dead end and that the business park I was heading to was not accessible from this road. This was the moment where I knew that going forward was no longer an option. Instead of just pushing on and hoping for the best, I decided to park up on the side and walk ahead on foot. I wanted to see with my own eyes what was in front of me. After a few hundred meters, it was clear. The road really was a proper dead end, and there was no space for a 44-ton truck to turn around safely. So at this point the decision was made. I had to go back the way I came in. Before committing to reversing all the way back, I tried the least invasive option first. I disconnected the electric and air lines from the trailer so I would not risk damaging them. And I tried to see if there was any way to spin the truck and trailer in that widening. Very quickly it became obvious there was simply not enough space. The last thing you want in a situation like this is to force the turn and end up stuck sideways, so I stopped early and went back to plan B. I had to reverse the truck all the way back until I found a junction where I could safely turn around. Just as I was ready to reverse, a local resident came out to help me and guide me back. It is not a nice feeling because you know you are now committed. There is no quick fix anymore. It's just you, the mirrors, and patience. He told me that another truck has already been in the same situation before and had damaged part of his property. So he was understandably quite keen to make sure I did not repeat the same mistake. To be fair, having someone on the ground is always helpful in a place like this, as long as you still make your own decisions. He suggested reversing on my blind side into a small side street near his house. Theoretically, it was possible, but in practice, the angles were extremely tight and the risk did not feel worth it. So I told him I have a different idea. I would reverse a bit further back and then drive the front of the truck into his street and reverse out again on my good side, where I have proper visibility in the mirrors. This part was very tight. I had to take my time, use a few shunts, and be very careful with the trailer swing and the curbs. The important thing here was not to rush. Just small movements, check the mirrors, adjust, and repeat. On camera, it always looks a bit easier, but in the cab, you feel every centimeter. And I managed to bring the trailer around without mounting the curb with the back, which I was quite happy with, to be honest. Once I was back on the main road, it was a big relief. From there, it was just a normal drive again. Looking back at it now, this is a good example of how these situations usually happen. They do not start as a big mistake. It is a few small decisions, one after another, and if you do not stop early, you suddenly have no easy options left. This time, it worked out. Nothing was damaged, nobody got hurt, and I got out safely. But next time, I will try to stop one step earlier and question the road before it turns into a problem. If you are a new driver or you just like watching this kind of stuff, I hope this gives you a bit of insight into what can happen out on the road and how important it is to stay calm and think your way out.